Welcome, I'm the Deadwood Jedi. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. I was on stream today. This is Tuesday, like the 27th or something. I'm not sure when this video comes out exactly. Sometimes it takes me a couple days to actually edit it together and put it out there for you guys. But I was on stream on Twitch, and you can definitely follow me. My links are down below if you guys would ever like to stop by. I stream, usually during the week, a couple days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays usually. But anyway, I was on stream and I was showing off my clan boss team, just chatting with everybody. And I was noticing I have two champions that have full blessing. Well, they have blessings, 1-star blessings, right? I got my Fushan and my Turvold, the two champions that have blessings on them. And while I can know that there's ways to math all this stuff out, I thought it would be fun to kind of see which blessings are best for them. Because we all know there's two primary blessings that are going to be key for getting more damage out of your comp. There's three blessings actually that you're going to want to use for clan boss, and really that's all you're going to want to use is these three blessings. And so I figured I'd test them out a little bit. So let me show you exactly what I have, right? So first off, I have Fushan and I have Turvold. They both have 1-star blessings, but the blessings that I'm talking about, it's Brimstone is one of the big ones, right? That adds that smite damage, which does like 250,000 per skill hit of the boss. So like basically 2 out of every 3 attacks, right? They're going to be basically both the AoE skills. You're going to get this Brimstone. If the buff is on, it's going to land. It's going to do massive amounts of damage. So really, really strong. And 100%, if you have the opportunity to bring this in your team, this is the first blessing you choose. It just does so much crazy damage. But I have this on 2 incredible damage dealers in both Fushan and Turvold. So I figured, hey, the other one that's really, really good is actually Phantom Touch, where you get a bonus damage based off the champion's attack. And of course, my Turvold has like 7,500 attack, and my Fushan has 6,000 attack. And I figured, hey, let's test it out. Let's see which one's going to be better. So I did a run with both of them with the Smite, the blessing that does like the big, the what do you call it? Brimstone. We just looked at the Brimstone blessing, right? That does all that massive damage. And then I tested them both out with the Phantom Touch blessing, and I thought it was really interesting. It's not a crazy, there's nothing crazy going on here, but I thought it was kind of cool to actually get a real life example of like, hey, this is what when you have one, and this is when you have the other. Now, I will say this up front: the damage difference, not as crazy as you might think, right? It's just not that crazy. Now, I am running a 2-1 ratio team. I'm running a Myth-Fu team. So I actually have some champions going on a 3-1 ratio, but for these two, they're going on a 2-1 ratio. So they're getting more attacks than usual. If your team's going on a 1-1 ratio, I think hands down, Brimstone is going to be the best choice for you on your team. But you really only need one champion with it, right? Now, they're both 1-star, so the chance to land these are both very slim. There's only a 20% chance that Phantom Touch is going to proc per attack. And there's only I don't even know what the blessing chance is on Brimstone. It's a 20% chance of the Smite debuff landing as well. So, between them, there's a little bit of balance. Now, I had 2 champions with Smite, right? I was running them both with Smite together, which made the chance of it landing a lot higher. And that I thought was pretty useful. But then I ran them both with Phantom Touch to see, what that would do as far as damage-wise. And again, they'll each have a 20% chance, but that's on pretty much every attack. So that's not a bad way to go with that one. I think the best option, obviously, is to have, a 6-star blessing on both and use one with Phantom Touch and one with Brimstone. But if you don't have that option, like I don't have that option, they're both 1-star champions, I do think one with Brimstone and one with Phantom Touch might be the best way to go. But you'll see the damage we did when I had both of them in both things. I don't think there's a crazy difference, so it doesn't make a huge difference in which one you choose. But I just thought it would be fun to kind of check out. The other blessing, just so I can get this out of the way, so you guys, because I'm sure someone's going to ask, what is the other blessing you want to use for Clan Boss? It's going to be Cruelty. And this is, I think, one of the best choices for Clan Boss, period, because it decreases the defense of the boss. I mean, that's that simple, right? Now, I have a 5-star Seeker, which is pretty darn fortunate. So this is going to reduce it up to 15%, which is massive. So reducing that, defense of the boss by 15%, it'd be up to 20% if I get the 6-star. But that's a huge help, right? As far as being able to do more damage on the team altogether, right? So that's definitely going to be something that's advantageous and probably one of the first choices I make. And if you have defensive-based champions, that's an excellent choice because defensive-based champions don't benefit from things like Phantom Touch nearly as much as attack-based champions. So, you know, if you're trying to figure out who gets what, Cruelty goes on your defense or HP-based champions, right? Phantom Touch on your attack-based champions. And if you have any legendaries, at least one of them should have Brimstone because you're going to get massive amounts of damage from that. So that's what I did. And I did this on stream. I thought it was pretty fun to be able to get through and check it out and kind of just, you know, have a little time. So we're going to jump all through this run, just kind of look at it a little bit so you guys can get an idea of what's going on. And yeah, that's the idea. Hopefully this won't be a very long video. And that's it. So let's jump in. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one that comes out. And of course, if you enjoyed today's music, we have that link down below in the pinned comment and description of this video, and you can use code DeadwoodJedi, save yourself 15%. And of course, if you want some account work, you don't like doing the work yourself, I'm more than happy to do it for you. My team is at the beck and call. Just visit my website, deadwoodjedi.com. Like, truthfully, this team, I think I only have blessings on Turvold and Fushan, right? And they're like low blessing, like 1 or 2 stars. So I gave them both Smite. That way we can land it consistently. But truthfully, I should probably put both of them in Phantom Touch, is what I should give them if I really wanted to maximize my damage. If I had somebody else that could give me, you know, Smite, I would do that. Because it scale really well and give them a lot of extra damage. All right, do we want to do Phantom Touch for both of them? We'll just do it for both of them. See what it's like. They're both only 1 star, so it's not like they're very strong. Oh, yeah, I do have Seeker. I have 5 star. Look at that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we'll see what it's like with both of them. I know Turvold did about 67 million and Fushan did about 40 million. So we'll see, you know, taking that off and swapping them both, we'll see what kind of damage they're doing. It's only a 20% chance for this to land, so it's not as necessarily as effective, but you know. Do you guys see that 61,000? That's the Phantom Touch. Yeah. I think it's that 61,000 that we're getting. So the interesting thing about Phantom Touch, one, I think it works off hits, right? So I think it does work off per hit. Phantom Touch has a chance of inflicting bonus damage to one enemy whenever this champion hits enemy targets. When hitting multiple targets at once, only one champion will receive bonus damage. Bonus damage proportional to this champion's attack. So basically what happens is it's per attack. It's not per hit. Well, I guess it's whenever he hits people, but it's only going to happen once, right? So you're going to get 1 bonus damage. It's basically like getting a free Giant Slayer War Master proc. Now, the interesting thing is, right, like you get 100% chance of inflicting bonus damage on a 5 star, and on a 6 star, you actually get a chance of inflicting a second instance, which is pretty cool, right? So with the multi-hit champions, somebody like Turvold, he's got a 2-hitter on his A1 and a 2-hitter on his A2. It's pretty good one, right? Fushan would be the same kind of thing, multi-hits. And it's like basically adding an extra War Master proc. It's very effective. I don't think it's as effective as Smite, right? Because you basically need like, what, 3 of those equal 1 Smite damage, or 4 of them? It's a lot. Well, I think we're almost at 3 million a turn. I think we're definitely going to be shorter. I think Smite's 100% a better option. And here's the interesting thing about this, guys. Think about this. We had smite on both of our champions, right? Turvold and Fushan. Which meant the chance of landing it was going to be higher. But it's still one smite. Even with Phantom Touch on both of those champions, I think we're doing more damage with the smite than with the Phantom Touch. Just to show how impactful it is. So I think it's kind of neat to know. But the blessing that reduces enemy defense on one of your champs, 5% less, definitely is handy, yeah. It makes a big difference. That's what I have. It's called, I think it's Cruelty is what it is. That's what I have on my Seeker. 5-star Seeker with it. So we're reducing, I think, about 15% of the defense. Definitely big. So now I don't know what to do, guys. What do you think I should do? I mean, let's assume we're getting the same damage with Turvold and Fushan and Phantom Touch and with them both in Smite. I mean, should I mix it up? I think the RNG kind of balances it out, though, if I did that, too. Should I keep them both in this? I don't know what to do. I legitimately don't know what to do for this. Yeah, Phantom Touch is a cooler name, but, you know, anybody can have Phantom Touch. I can calc it, though. Pablo, I can't calc it. What's up, Bront? How you doing, buddy? Howdy, howdy. Smite is 500k for 3 turns. Yeah, but I only have 1 star on both these champions. Just get a 6-star Wiccan Turvold. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Actually, Pablo, I think you're right. If I can get them with the 6 stars, the problem is they're both 1 star, so the chance to land any of this is pretty low, right? We definitely did less damage than we did before. I mean, RNG is still a thing, but you'll notice Turvold did the same amount of damage. Turvold did the same amount of damage as he did before. Fushan's the one that actually looks like it hurt. That's interesting. Fushan did a lot less. So let's look and see where we're at Turvold wise and Fushan wise. So my Turvold has 7,500 attack. It's gross. My Fushan has 6,000. So I think that's the breaking point right there. I think that's the breaking point right there. Rookie numbers. Look, I am but one man here. But this is interesting to know, right? When we were watching, Turvold was doing about, what, 60, 70,000 with those Phantom Touch hits? And based off of the amount of attack that he has, that's, you know, that makes sense. It's a fair amount because it's all based off of that, right? Fushan, however, I wasn't able to see exactly what he was doing, right? But obviously his attack is considerably less than Turvold's. And he did, you know, what, 7 million less damage or something like that? So that's definitely a thing, you know. I just think that really shows that you need a lot of attack to make Phantom Touch worth it. I mean, the cool thing is we only need 1 smite anyway, right? So it's not like 1 Brimstone. So I can put it on Fushan and have him run Brimstone and then keep Phantom Touch on Turvold. I think that'll be the best of both worlds. Hopefully. But it's pretty RNG heavy. It's kind of the other part of it. So I thought it was pretty cool. There wasn't a big damage difference overall, right? Like 6 million in the total. And all of that pretty much came from Fushan. Now, what does that mean? Well, it might mean that the damage that we're getting from Turvold, the Smite, and versus the Phantom Touch isn't that big a difference. But the difference we were getting on Fushan, that was. Now, maybe that Fushan was the one landing the Smite debuff, so he was getting credit for that damage. That could be. It might just be that the amount of attack that Fushan has compared to somebody like Turvold isn't nearly as high, and so we're not getting the benefits nearly as much. That's a real possibility as well. So those, you know, I think that this is definitely going to be more beneficial the higher level you are, but those Phantom Touch hits definitely do about the same as a War Master proc, a little bit less, but they do around that much damage, which is pretty considerable overall. So it's definitely an excellent blessing, which is weird to have the rare option be like kind of the go-to option for Clan Boss. But, you know, that's what it is. That is what it is. That's where we're at. So it is something to kind of keep in mind as you're trying to pick out which blessing is going to be best for which part of the game. Now, I will also say, like, these apply not just to Clan Boss, but to Hydra as well. You know, the idea of, you know, wanting to get more damage in. Obviously, Smite is really powerful there, especially because it affects all the heads. The Phantom Touch is really powerful also. But you know, there's more options to choose for Hydra because you're doing different things as well, right? You have certain champions that are there to land debuffs, certain champions that are there to resist them. You have speed factors going on. You have turn meter. You have a whole bunch of things kind of happening within Hydra. So there are more options to choose. But those three, Cruelty, Phantom Touch, and Brimstone, are the three blessings you're going to want to use for Clan Boss. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully this was a fun video. Hopefully you guys got a little kick out of it. That's all it was. That was the point of today. So if you did, great. If you didn't, that's all right. I'll have another video tomorrow. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for sticking around and coming by. Until next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.